All right, so you probably have a website now, but now what? Now you have to learn how to analyze and optimize your website. So this lesson is Stats for Success. What gets tracked gets optimized. This is a proverb or an adage that is consistently repeated because it's so true. If you don't know what's going on in terms of the numbers, then you're never going to be able to improve and optimize your website. So we're going to get into some tools of what to use and then what to look at as well. So here are some easy tools. These days, there are a lot of easy tools and programs to allow you to track the stats of your website very, very easily. It doesn't have to be too complicated. And you can get as complicated as you want with this, but in this presentation, we're just going to go into the basics to get you started, to make sure you're taking action, because to take the first action, it doesn't require that much knowledge. You can get into the advanced stuff later. So here are the actionable items. So let's get into the tools. Google Analytics. Every person that runs a website should have a Google Analytics account. It's super simple to set up. All you do is put in your website and then verify your website, and it gives you all the stats you need on your website. So this is the best tool for stats, website stats. And we're going to get into the stats to look at, but this is what you should have to look at your website stats, Google Analytics. And here are some other tools as well. PageSpeed Insights. This is also from Google. So this allows you to look at your page speed. So how fast your website loads, how fast different web pages load. This gives you a good idea of your user experience, so the people that visit your website. So this is another really good tool to look at. And then also, SimilarWeb. So this is a website that allows you to look at what other websites are doing in terms of stats, in terms of traffic, where their traffic is coming from, where their traffic is going to, how much traffic they're getting. So this allows you to really look at other websites and then see what they're doing, see what is working and what isn't working, and then you can apply that to your own website. So for example, maybe you look at another website and they're getting a lot of traffic from one particular blog. You might then create a guest post on that blog to drive more traffic to your website. So you're able to analyze different things and then make changes accordingly. And we're about to get into some things to look at and how to make those kind of changes. So what to look for. So these are the basics of what to look for in terms of stats for your website and what to do with them too. Because you can't just look at them. You actually have to make changes based upon those stats in order to optimize and improve your website. Popular pages. So when you're looking at something like Google Analytics, you want to know which pages of your website are most popular. So you look at those pages or blog posts or whatever that most people are going to, and this allows you to really see and analyze what's working, and then you can mimic that strategy of what's working with other pages, and this will get you more traffic. Time spent. So this is the time, the amount of time that people spend on your website, and you could view it for individual pages as well. So if people are spending just a few seconds on your website, then your website probably is not compelling enough. So you have to work on hooking people and providing good content up front and catching people's attention to have them actually stay on your website. Another one is clicks. So this is where people are clicking on your website. If a lot of people are clicking on one particular link, there's something to that. So you want to know what that link is or what that page is, and then why. And then you can duplicate that for other things, and you can drive clicks where you want people to go. And then we have traffic sources. So this is where the traffic is coming from. So if you look at something like Google Analytics, it will tell you your top traffic sources. So let's say the majority of your traffic is coming from one specific website. You can up your game on that, and you can drive even more traffic. So by looking at traffic sources, you can see what works and what doesn't work, and then make changes accordingly. You can always ramp things up or down according to the traffic sources that are driving people to your website. So these are some basic, very basic things to look at. You don't have to get overwhelmed. You don't have to go into super advanced techniques right now, but just look at things like this that give you a good overall perspective on your website, and you see what works, you see what doesn't work, and then you make changes. You test your variables. So make one change, control your variables, make one change, and then see how that affects these stats. And then use these to then drive your strategy. And when you do this consistently, you're going to optimize and improve your website beyond your wildest dreams.